Right, good morning everyone. We're going to give it about another 30 seconds just for everyone to kind of get set up, get ready, get their Facebook rolling, and then we're going to fire into this bad boy. Right, good morning. Thank you for joining me this morning. My name's Scott, coming in from PSP in Edmonton. How's everyone doing this week? It's been kind of a crazy week. We've been busy, which is always great. Keeps us producing content for yourself. But how have you guys been doing? Getting through? It's been nicer out. It's been kind of helping. The snow yesterday kind of threw everyone off for the day before, I guess. Got really nice, got really crappy. We know we're close. We know we're so close to that spring. We can get outside. We can shake off the cobwebs of just being stuck inside, get some vitamin D, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the warmth that's slowly coming in. We're getting there, guys. Hang in. We're almost there. In the meantime, you've got me this morning. We're gonna bring some energy to the table. We're gonna fly through this. This is only gonna take about like 40-ish minutes, somewhere in that ballpark, depending on how much we wanna push ourselves, or if we wanna take things a little bit slower and then kind of drag things out, and work on consistency, which is kind of the goal of this one. Even though it is a HIIT style class, it's gonna be a little bit more on the consistency side. So what I mean by that is, you're gonna do stuff explosively, which is what's gonna bring the HIIT style to the class, but at the same time, I want you to only have enough of it that you can do it for the entire duration of that exercise. I don't want you to stop partway through to catch your breath. I want you to pace yourself that you can still do it for the full time, but at the same time, still with intensity, if that makes sense. How we're gonna achieve that, I'm gonna explain shortly. There are a couple different tactics to get around that, okay? Number one, as always, we're gonna talk about our disclaimer, make sure everyone's safe and set up to be able to do their workout. So, bear with me just that moment. For your safety, please ensure to read the full disclaimer located in the description below this video before you start your virtual training, all right? It is meant for CAF members, of course. If you're not a CAF member, welcome anyway. That doesn't matter. We're still here to produce. Whoever follows along, the more the merrier, okay? So do check out that link below. Just make sure that you're all safe and ready to roll. While I finish up with my talks and get into the warm-ups and things, a couple things you're gonna need. Number one, your water bottle. Number two, and always most important, music. Number three, because it is kind of field week and we're trying to tie it towards stuff you might have in the field. So finding the obscure stuff, of course, if you want to use your dumbbells, kettlebells, things like that at home, that's completely fine as well. But just kind of tailoring to those troops that are going to be heading out to the field to give them ideas. I'm just using a Go rucksack, okay? You can load it to whatever weight you want. Again, because it's high intensity, I would go a little bit lighter so you can still produce that while keeping that duration I talked about at the start. How the workout's gonna roll today. They're 5-minute sections, and there's 4 sections of them with a 3-minute break in between. The reason for the 3-minute break is we wanna be able to be fully recovered before we hit that next set to be able to keep the consistency and to keep the intensity between each of those, okay? So the last thing we wanna do is peak too early and then just kind of taper off, right? We wanna be able to peak, hit it, rest. Peak, hit it, rest, so on and so forth. So that way you can keep that intensity up, keep the heart rate up. We get to what's called a post-EPOC, which is an exercise post-oxygen consumption, which means we burn more calories after we're done and we're back on the couch or we're sitting at the office and we're relaxing, doing some work. We're burning a little bit more calories because the body has been interrupted more than usual, and in order to recreate those waves that we are doing, in order to stave those waves off and get everything back to a homeostasis, it needs to use calories. So, bonus that you don't need to do a whole lot while sitting, as long as you push hard now, okay? How many calories you're asking, that's gonna depend how hard you're working. It's gonna depend on a whole lot of factors, genetics, fitness levels, the whole 9, okay? So, grab your stuff, get your stuff together. I'm gonna start my warm up now, but if you need to run around, that's completely fine. Jump in when you're ready. I'm gonna get into it. If you've had me before, you know I love the mobility style drills first, and then we'll get into a little bit of cardio just to get that blood pumping and the heart going, because we are gonna have a couple ones that are gonna bring the heart rate nice and close to maximal. Always sub-max, of course, but bringing it closer to a maximal level than a resting level. All right, so grab your stuff. Let's get started. We're gonna start from top down. So starting with our head all the way up, all the way down, chin to chest, head all the way back. As long as you're slow and controlled, it's okay for the neck. We just don't want any jerking or jolting into that direction. So nice and slow. We're in kind of a yes motion. I'm gonna pump it nice and close. We're gonna see who's all here. We got a bunch rolling. Keep that head going, up and down, up and down. Love it. There we go, there we go. Moving it now side to side, like a no kind of motion. Don't have the side head tilt, just perfect side to side. Take note while doing it. Do you find you can turn more one way than the other way? If so, you know there's an imbalance and there's something you can work on. So, something you can be doing at your desk. Who cares if you look goofy doing it? It's gonna get things moving, it's gonna help your life better. Let people laugh. When they're the guys going, I got a kink, you can be like, should have done this. Beautiful. Back to your yeses. Up and down. Love it. Morning, Sue. Thanks for coming in. Back to your no. Again, anyone who's just joining in, hope you're having a great week. It has been kind of crazy time still. Not everyone's back at work. Lots of people still at home. It's definitely a different world at the time here. All right, getting in the shoulders, arm circles, however you want to hit them. You know with me, I always like a palm up kind of style, so we get stuck, we rotate the palm, just gets a bit more of that rotator cuff activation with it, but you don't have to. As long as you're trying to get nice and high, we're not just out here, you're trying to get a bit of a stretch within that joint and roll it through a full range, we're better that way. So, 8 to 10 one way, 8 to 10 the other way. Then you're gonna switch arms, do 8 to 10, 8 to 10. So on you, go ahead and do that. If you wanna do more than that, great. I don't recommend less because it is a warm-up. You wanna take your time and get warm, so. Loving it, we still got more rolling in. Fantastic. It's always fun knowing there's people there. We're not just talking to the camera, so we really appreciate you joining in this morning. We haven't been doing a ton of live classes. I think that's been a couple comments that people have been missing. That's why I'm doing it today. I love enjoy being in front of the camera. As you can tell, I've got tons of energy with it. For anyone who's asking and knows me again, I'm only on my first cup of coffee. I'm not on my 7th yet. I've been slow getting up this morning, so. But still the energy for you. So feed off of it, roll with it, all right? All right, arms side to side. However you want to get there. I again rotate thumb down, thumb backwards, but that's up to you. You can just keep the arms sideways, you can bend at the elbows, whatever works, as long as it's not a hard jerking motion. Just a nice good flow. You get that little bit of stretch at the end, but it's not a big hard pull, okay? I talked about that in a video last week, maybe the week before now, about our warm-ups, that we don't want to kind of get into that too much at the start. We're not really ready for it. The tissue's not ready for it. You would add that later in, right before your workout starts. So end of your warm-up, basically. Arms up and down, alternating though. So again, anyone who's just joined in, how it's gonna work, it's 5-minute circuits. There's only 3 exercises within the 5 minutes, but we do 2 of the exercises twice. So the first exercise and the last exercise are the same, the second and the fourth are the same, and the third's a different one, okay? So it's almost like a pyramid kind of style. We go through 3, and then we repeat those first 2 again. 3 minutes of break. You're gonna work at your intensity. Okay, coming into hips, bring the hip up, knee, hip, and ankle at 90 degrees. Notice that the foot's not falling, that's also at 90 degrees. And I want you to draw circles just from the knee. So you're still balancing something here, so pretend that in your mind. So it's not the whole leg, just from the knee and the ankle. Double check those toes, are they dropping? Hope not. Other direction. All right, switching legs. All right, anyone else jumping in? Again, you need a rucksack, grab some water, grab some music. Other direction. If balance is a challenge, grab onto something, hold yourself still. All right, on your time, hands directly overhead. I don't want bent elbows, I don't want them out to the side, as high as you can get them. I want you to do 5 deep squats on you. So you don't have to rush them, just work on depth. The goal here is you'll notice that my hands aren't coming forward, I'm not bowing, those hands stay up the whole time. Beautiful. Now, grab onto something again if you need it. If you can balance and hold it, great. Forward swings, again, 6 to 8, somewhere in there. Then you're gonna go side to side with the same leg. And then you're gonna switch legs. So on you, go ahead and do that. 6 on each, and 6 on both directions. 6 to 8. If you wanna do more, again, do more. That's completely cool. And then that side to side, and again, if you need to grab onto something because you're wobbling around, that's completely fine. You can always hold on to something. We should be starting to sweat already, even though it hasn't been anything crazy, intense cardio-wise or anything like that. You should start to feel the body getting warm, the joints getting warm, maybe starting to perspire a little bit. That's good. All right. Right, getting down to ankles. We got a little bit of jumping today, so ankles, so rolling the ankles around, so you want to trace kind of the outside of your shoe or the outside of your foot if you're in stocking feet or bare feet. So it's not just the typical ankle roll. I want you to really roll the ankle, come all the way around. So kind of think of it as if you dropped a coin on the ground and it kind of rolls before it lands flat. That's exactly what you're trying to do with the foot. So kind of like a coin drop kind of motion. Same thing, 6 to 8 one way, 6 to 8 the other way. All right, other direction. And then the other foot when you're ready. This one's great, especially still this time. If you're outside running, walking, that water's starting to come over the sidewalk and then it freezes at night. Creates a huge fall risk. If you don't see it due to a skip of snow, black ice, it's dark out, whatever it might be, this is a great one to make sure the ankles are prepped when you get out there and that happens. If you start to stagger or slip, your body's a little bit more adapted to catching itself without injuring itself. So this is a great one to do, even at work, just to get blood flowing out of the ankles. Stand up for 2 minutes at your desk, roll the ankles, 1 minute each foot. It's great. Anyway, that's a whole different topic. As you know, I love to talk, but let's get into the workout. Grab a sip of water, listen up for the next little bit here, and then we're gonna roll through it. They are 1 minute rounds. Again, 1 minute rounds, 5 minutes total. We're gonna start with a Romanian deadlift, but we're gonna do it with a powerful upward motion. So we're gonna load it, and then we're gonna explode it. So, however you wanna hold your ruck, however you wanna get it there. Maybe I went a little bit heavier than I should have, but that's okay. Do up the buckles, do what you need to so you're not gonna get smashed in the face. From the side first. We're gonna load ourselves back, so you're pushing the hips back. Notice the knees aren't doing a whole lot of squatting, it's more of a hinge. Then I want you to fire back up. If you wanna go further, you can hinge, you can fire up, and you can clean it, if it would roll around for me. So, I could hold slightly different, hinge, explode, and clean. Or you can just explode up and hold on to it, depending on the weight that you're using. That's our RDLs. Thrusters, everyone's fave. Make sure you've got a good handle on your pack, on your dumbbell, on your kettlebell, whatever you're using. Make sure you've got a good grip. It comes up. I'm gonna try and do it so you can see my face. At our chest height, squat down as deep as you can, explode and overhead. Go nice and slow down and explode on the overhead, okay? If you want to make this harder, you're going to do that for speed, but under control at all times. For the hit style I want to work on the explosiveness of the movement. So when you're loading it, you're really stretching the elastic band out. I want you to really take your time with that and then explode out of it, just like you shot that elastic. All right? Burpee jump overs. We're getting them done early because I don't want to have to do them at the end, and you guys would hate me to have to do them at the end. The burpee is up to you if you want to do push-up or not, okay? You want to do the push-up, do it. You don't want to do the push-up, don't do it. Lay whatever it is, dumbbell, kettlebell, water bottle, whatever you're using for weight, put it on the ground, one burpee. So you hop, down, back out, over you go. If it's something higher, it's gonna be more challenging for the jump. If that's not great on the knees, you can just step over it. That's completely fine. But it's just working on some lateral motion, okay? So it's that hop over, burpee, hop over, burpee. Where I want you to work on the speed of it is the burpee piece. And what I mean by that is, I'm gonna slide this over so you can see me. As soon as the hands hit the ground, the feet going out, the feet coming back in, and you standing up is supposed to be as quick as possible. If you want to take a second and then make your jump over, that's fine. But as soon as you get the hop, as soon as you're down, it's out back. And then if you want to explode immediately over, great. That makes it harder. If you want to pause after you stand up and then jump over, that's completely fine. Again, consistency. I want you to keep the same intensity the entire minute, okay? They're going to flow minute to minute to minute to minute. Those are our three. So RDL, thruster, the burpee jump overs. Then we're going to do our thrusters again. Then we're going to do our RDLs again. Then we got a 3-minute break. All right? Questions on that guy? Of course not. There's mud, right? Just get my timer going here. All right. You're in place. RDLs first. Remember, it's that hinge motion. You explode up, or you can clean it up to the chest depending on what you're holding. The ruck is challenging. That's what you'd have in the field. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, hit it. Let's go. Get into your positions. When you're ready, just get into it. You don't gotta wait for me. I'm gonna do the first version for you. Explode. So really using glutes. You're not just heaving with the back. We're not just pulling up with our back. Glutes. Boom. Chest is up, back is straight. Just like you would want to go pick something up off the ground. Halfway there. Again, keep speed that keeps control, but gives you an intensity that's challenging for you. All right. One more, switch to your thrusters when you're ready. Get yourself in position wherever you need to be. Nice and high. When you're ready, get going. All the way down, push with explosion up, back to the chest first, back down. Explode up, all right, back to the chest, back down, explode, all right. Well done, well done. There you go. Again, if you want to go quicker and just fly through them, that's you, that's up to you. Just remember, core tight. We don't want to kind of have this arched back. It's hips under, back straight. Great job, that's it. 10 seconds. All right, last one. All right, down it goes, start your burpees. Whenever you're ready, get rolling. So that one burpee. Again, if you want to pause and then over, that's fine. Or if you want to get right over it and keep going, that's up to you. Got it, team. 12 seconds. right, one more. Back to your thrusters after your one more. All right, back to it. Again, control. Make sure you got right grips. If you're doing it with a dumbbell, 2 hands. Same thing if you're holding with the kettlebell, 2 hands. Still the same motion though. All right, keep going, 20 seconds. All right, do one more, then get to your RDLs. First break's coming. We're feeling it already. That's good. Thursday morning sweat. Get and feel those glutes, not your back. Well done, keep it up. All right, one more. Wherever you're at. Beautiful, down it goes. You got 3 minutes. Nice. And you're going, oh crap, there's still 3 more? They're not as intense as that. Burpees are always tough, especially if you're jumping over something. But we're all-stars. That's why we're here. Whew. So, things that come up all the time throughout the rest periods is how do I calm my heart rate faster? How do I teach it to get it down? You kind of get into that yoga breathing. So that nice deep in through the nose, out through the mouth. That's gonna help calm it because you're not getting the panting, which almost gives a feeling of a stress response still. So if you're just kind of, it's good at the start when you have a high intensity going. After about 30 or so seconds, we got 2 more minutes. After about 30 or so seconds, you want to try and take it through the nose, out through the mouth. That's going to help just kind of bring it down. It's going to calm the body, as well as it also gets better the more you do this style, because it has to learn to recover because it knows it doesn't have a whole lot of time before it then has to go again. So the body's like, I need to recover now because that was too hard last time. And that's how it adapts to this style of workout. You work on the recovery aspect of your cardiovascular health, all right? Talking about the next ones, 90 seconds out. Jumping lunge with a with a switch. Using, again, your rucksack, your dumbbell. You can do this body weight if that's what you like. If that's the intensity you need, do it that way. Jumping lunge with a switch. Wood chops, which is going to work the core, okay, the obliques specifically, so the sides. Then we have what's called a break dancer, which is a good shoulder mobility, shoulder stability movement, okay. Then we're back to our wood chops. Then we're back to our jumping lunge switches. All right, we got a minute to talk these through. Jump lunge switches. If my right foot is back, it might be left to you. I'm not sure how the video is looking right now. When I'm in my lunge, I'm to that back leg, okay? Just so that I got the space to put this guy. If I had my right leg forward, it's kind of in the way and we're banging into it. So I want it to the outside, okay? Sorry, to the back leg. If that's too hard balance-wise, because it's gonna pull you to the open side, then I want you to switch sides. But ideally, I want it towards the back leg just to have some space created for it, all right? Jump lunge switch, so nice and slow, switch, all right? So hanging on tight, we would switch, all right? You can go fast, you can go slow, whatever you wanna do. Then we get into the wood chops. Hold on to it tight, hip, to shoulder, hip to shoulder, hip to shoulder. 30 seconds, we switch. 30 seconds. The breakdancers, go as slow as you need to on this one. It is a HIIT style workout, but if you have to slow this one down for control, do it. On your hands and knees, in like a mountain climber position. Right leg goes under the body, so it's my right leg in the air, right hand on the ground. You sit down, come back, underneath, come back, underneath, come back, underneath, come back. I'll show a version of that which will help also with hip mobility. That's an advanced movement, so go there only if you're ready for it. Let's get ready. I've been talking, you got an extra minute out of me, so you're extra ready for this. 4, 3, 2, 1, jump lunges, let's go. However you need them. Again, switch. This is the fun part about being in the field, is you're trying to figure out your pack, you're trying to figure out your equipment, you gotta change on the fly, mess with it on the go. Such is life, right? Again, work on the slow down, ideally, explode up and switch. Halfway already. Balance is challenging this morning. You can walk this, definitely nothing wrong with that. When you do, explode up and then switch. All right. All right, one more each way, and then when you're ready, right into your wood chops. Go for it. Always changing handles. Always got to change stuff around. Bottom hip, opposite shoulder. You can get a little bit of twist in there, as long as you're not bending and flexing while you're twisting. One more. Switch sides when you're ready. Whew. All right, last ones. Down it goes into your breakdancer when you're ready. Again, take it slow first. Mountain climber position, foot goes under, tap the bum, come back, foot goes under, tap the bum. For the people who want that hip mobility, as you come under, you're trying to swing your leg as high as it goes, safely. So it's not just a tap, we come under, we swing the leg. All right, so you can do that as well. All right, 10 seconds, and then we got our wood chops. All right, one more each way. Up you come when you're ready. Grab on to your wood chops. All right. Doesn't matter which way you do first. You're doing both sides. All right, other way, switching. Well done, well done. There we go. Feeling shoulders, feeling core. You can even load it up a little bit to help. All All right, one more, and then to your jumping lunge with your switches. So adjust the pack as needed. Back leg, that's where the pack goes, or your dumbbell, or your kettlebells, whatever you're using. Again, can be done body weight. Get rid of it. All right, works as well. I'm gonna keep going with that pack. That's it, team, keep going. Remember, you can walk it. My balance is crap today. We're not doing so well with that. That's all right. We don't beat ourselves up. One more each way. Beautiful, get rid of it. Break time, 3 minutes. Nicely done. Well done. All right, looking good, looking good. Higher intensity than I anticipated while I rode this program, but that's completely okay. Everyone's doing it. Might be huffing and puffing a bit. Hey, means we're working out. Means we're living. That guy's still ticking. We're feeling great. What else could we be doing on a Thursday morning, right? Sleeping in, maybe just sitting on the couch. Great way to kick off your day. And then you don't have to worry about anything. It's done. You don't have to dread it at the end of the day. Try and squeeze it in at lunch. Maybe now you gotta work overtime and you miss it in the evening. It's here, it's done. It's beautiful. It's a great way to do it. A lot of successful people, you'll notice, do it in the morning, which is what we normally do. We're usually here at this time for our group PT times. We've got it right, we've got it set. We're set for the day. That's exactly how we want to do it, all right? Whew. This is gonna be our last round, time-wise. All right, just so I can get the stretch in. I really wanna make sure that we have time for stretching because it's super important and it always seems to be the thing that's left out or it's done so short just due to time, okay? So I'm actually gonna cut the program by one circuit. I will have the other circuit that we're not gonna do now posted below after the video, so I'll get that put up today. So that if you wanted to add that in and redo this class, you definitely can, all right? This one, a Ruck Snatch. So straight from the ground to straight overhead. We have a ruck with leg raises, so a little bit of core. We have either a rucksack push-up, or you can do a rucksack chest press, your choice. And then we go back to the leg raises, back to the snatch. So, getting through it really quick. Again, grip on the bag is the most important, or whatever you're using, don't lose it, all right? I was gonna think here, most of the rucks, we don't get to see these very often, so I'm even learning and I'm experiencing what you guys experience. I'm gonna try from the outsides. From the ground, so we get into a good squat position, chest up, we pull, and it comes straight overhead, okay? Back to your chest and then back down. So back to your chest, back down to the ground, up, all right? So it's almost like a nice high pull, and then we rotate and then press it the rest of the way. That's our snatch. Okay, leg raises. You're gonna hold the pack in a push-up position. So, however you're holding your pack, down you come, push-up position, you just hold them here. Shoulders are on the ground, don't lose that position, legs are straight, and we lift. If you're finding that's bugging the back, you only go down until you feel your back come off the ground. Then when it does, you stop there, or bend your knees and then touch the floor with your hip or with your feet. So just keep the bend the same and do that, shorten the lever, all right? Those are our ones there. Then you have either the chest press, so either from here, now we chest press, or depending on if what you're using is stable, if you have 2 dumbbells, you can do it on that. You can put your hands on the floor, you can put your hands on the couch, or feet on the couch. Same thing here. Either hands on the ruck and do your push-up. Gotta find some balance and stability for the wrists and push-ups. You can put your feet up and do your push-up, which makes it even more challenging, or you can do the chest press. Your choice. Then back to the leg raises, back to the snatch. I like the chest press for the reason of I've got a good weight to press, and then when I'm ready to do my leg raises, I don't have to get back down to the ground. I'm already down there and I just gotta lift legs. Make sense? All right, 5 seconds, get yourself in position. 2, 1, snatches, let's go. Again, straight back. We're not just lifting it with our arms. We're not just kind of heaving it up. I'm using the momentum of my hips to drive it up, and then I have the arms come under to finish it, all right? Boom. Tap, explode. So from the side while you're going, tap, explode. You can pause if you like. Just make sure you're getting that squat and it's not this. All right, here. Boom. That's exactly it. That's perfect. 15 seconds. Do 2 more. Then get down and start your leg raises. Beauty. Down you go when you're ready. Get going. That's it. Core is tight, back is flat to the ground. You're halfway. Inhale as the legs go down. Exhale as they come back up. All right, legs go down, flat on the floor, chest press, or flip over, do your push-ups, any variation you like. If you're doing the chest press, slow down, explode up. Well done, keep it up. We're so close to being done this one. Then we got 2 more and we're finished. All right, hands are up, legs are out, leg raises. If the arms are getting tired, fight through it a bit first. If they're getting super tired, you can either drop them or get rid of it altogether, all right? Again, if you're getting tired, you can bend the knees. Lots of options here. This still keeps you going instead of just stopping going, okay, right? Add into where you can still keep it going. Remember, we want to go for consistency as well. All right, 2 more, and then get yourself up and start your snatches. So straight into those snatches one last time. So close, team, come on. Don't stop now. 15 seconds of the workout being done. Keep it up. One more. Beautiful. Down it comes. Very nice. Catch your breath. We're going to stretch in a moment, but we got to get that heart rate down first. Well done. Thanks for joining in. Not quite as high intensity on that last one, but we're definitely feeling those shoulders. 100%. If you're not, either A, they're nice and strong, which is great, or B, the weight just wasn't quite at that sweet spot where it was still taxing the body over the time frame, but not to say it wasn't doing anything. It was still doing a ton, right? That guy was a little bit, like I say, heavier than I anticipated. I put a little bit more into it than I expected. But hey, seeing your local PSPs, suffer and struggle a little bit, not a bad thing. We are human as well. We're not the best at everything. We definitely try to be. That is our job. But we definitely have our strengths and weaknesses, and we all like to work on it as a team and get rolling. Love it. Thank you again. Let's get into a bit of a stretch first while I continue to talk and we kind of regress, relax, get ourselves ready to cool down and enjoy the rest of the day. So take one hand behind the body. You should just see the hands on the opposite side here. You'll almost feel a bit of a stretch already. You're then going to tilt your head sideways away from that shoulder. So my right arm behind, I'm going to my left. You can place a couple fingers and just lightly pull. We're not really trying to pull down hard. It's just an ever so slight stretch. And then you're going to turn and rotate your head until you feel the stretch where you want it. Should feel it in the trap. So kind of at that back side. But if you want a little bit more into the front, you would look up a little bit. If you want a little bit more to the back, you would look down into your front pocket a little bit. You change it for you. Where does it feel tight? A great one to assess that was when we did the nose. If you found looking away this was tight, then you want to kind of stretch and look down ever so slightly. All right, let's flip over to the other side. Other hand goes behind, should just be able to see the fingers. Hand up, tilt to the side ever so slightly. Hope everyone enjoyed the video this morning. Always do I love to do these and be out there, show my face, show us as PSP and the support that we're still providing to all our members, because they are our number one, and that's what we want to keep in mind at all times. That's why we're doing this. So, if you enjoyed, please share, like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Instagram, our Facebook. We're putting out a ton of different content throughout March. It's been each week. If you're just tuning in, 2 weeks ago we did one for force testing. So a very popular week because a lot of people know that that's eventually coming down the pipe, and a lot of people are getting maybe a little bit nervous or just looking to improve their times to get into the incentives, to push up and challenge themselves. So go back a couple weeks into our Facebook, into our YouTube, and you'll see all those videos, tips, tricks, hints, all that kind of stuff for each individual component of that force test. Great week. This week is our hit stuff. Next week, as a sneak peek, it's not even out yet. Hands behind you, clasp your hands together, pull your shoulder blades back, pull the arms away. Should feel the chest. Little extra tidbit for the few that have joined in this morning. It's field work next week, okay? So we want to talk about what you can do in the field. This relates to it as well because the whole month is kind of talking about prepping for exercise. So getting out into Maple Resolve, getting out into all the different areas where you might not have equipment, you only got like your rucksack, things like that. This was already starting to gear towards it, but next week we're really talking about field exercise, field work options, and things like that. So stay tuned and spread the word. All right, grabbing onto an ankle. We did tons of quads. If you need to hold on to something, please do. We don't want you falling over. Bring your knees together first. So if that means you need to bend at the hips to bring your knees together, you're gonna feel a deeper stretch with knees together and then start to straighten out than if the leg was out here. And you can test that for yourself. Stand out like so, see what it feels like, and the more you bring the knee down, the more you're gonna feel the stretch. So you're gonna tailor it to where you feel your stretch. What you're looking for in a stretch: slight discomfort, no pain. Should feel a little bit uncomfortable, stretching usually is. You should feel the stretch though, it should feel good. If it's hurting, back it off. If it's still hurting, don't do it, get that checked. Wonderful. Switching sides. The last one we're going to do after this guy is glutes, and the best part is we get to lay on the floor, sit on the floor. So who doesn't want to do that? We get to chill out on the ground. No balance required. Beautiful. When you're ready, down you go. You have two options. You can do the pigeon pose. So if we don't know what that is, it's that 1 foot kind of in front, the 1 foot behind, and we're stretching here. Or my preference is either a seated glute stretch or a figure 4 stretch, which is the same position, but you reach through the hole you've created and you fall back and stretch. So whichever one gives you the deepest glute stretch, choose that one. Again, I want to thank everyone for joining in this morning. It was great. I did see a few numbers up in the top, so that's fantastic. Anyone who's commented I've missed, my apologies, but thank you for joining. Thank you for your comments. Please keep them coming. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you have any content that you want to see, definitely reach out. We'd be more than happy to look into that, research it, and produce it for you. So if there's something that we haven't done and you have a huge interest in, please let us know. Then we can look into it and see where we can fit it in schedules and be able to provide you that content. All right? Switching sides. On the last note, while we're in our last little bit of stretch, I hope you do enjoy your day. I hope the week's been going great. It's been a crazy week, but we're almost at the end of the week. So I hope you're pushing through. I hope you're keeping positive. I hope you're looking forward to your weekend for your downtime, time with the family, getting out and about. I haven't checked the weather, but I'm hoping it's nice. Get outside, enjoy. Don't let what's happening in the world right now completely put you in a slump and ruin your routine. You do you, enjoy it, follow the rules, but have fun. All right, coming up. Once again, I can never say it enough. Thank you so much. My name's Scott. Questions, comments, throw them below. If you enjoyed, again, like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'm gonna talk to you soon. Take care.